What's up, guys? Welcome to the third video. This is the third video. The third video in my series on the problem with modern nerf. The series we're going to be talking about today is one that has been frustrating a lot of people very recently. And actually, when I came up with this series like probably about a year ago when I was supposed to start my channel, the fourth series that is going to be in the fourth video, that being Nerf Loadout, and I don't have any of those blasters right now, but I probably will have some of them by the time that video comes out, and I'll probably have reviews on both of them by then, because I'm going to have some new blasters by the time the next video comes out, and I'll be doing reviews of them before I do the next video, just to make you aware of that. But Nerf Loadout is very tightly connected to that, and that's been causing a lot of controversy recently. Well, it's not really controversy. Everyone agrees that it stinks. But you know what I mean. Negative attention. And this has been getting the same thing. So, the premise of the Nerf N series... I just said N series. I need to get out. I mean, was that really that bad? It was that bad. This is the Elite Dart. This is... Well, no crap, it's the Elite Dart. Everybody knows what an Elite Dart is. This has been the standard Nerf Dart for over a decade. And it is a piece of crap. They have tried replacing it many times. And by many times, I mean they tried Elite Suction, and they tried AccuStrike, and then they gave up. And the cool thing about those, and I don't have either of those darts on me, was that they were better versions of this that worked in the same blaster. Here's another better version of this, the Nerf N1 dart for the N series blasters. But this will not go in to this, which is the same blaster system that we've been using for 10 plus years. Where'd that go? Here it is. This is the same blaster system we've been using for 10 plus years. And now we have this stuff. This is a better dart, I'm not gonna lie, but still not great. And the AccuStrike darts, those were amazing. I don't know why they made these instead of standardizing those. And they did make an attempt to do this a while back with a series that was actually pretty good with pretty decent darts, regardless of what people say, is the Ultra series. These. There's a dart in front of my camera. Was that dart in front of the camera the whole time? Are you kidding me? But they tried to do that with the Ultra series, the same thing. And I don't like that it doesn't work with the blasters we've had over the years, but these aren't too bad, and they even have the better Ultra AccuStrike ones. But the issue is, everyone kind of dogged on these when they were first released, because the series, and this is probably one of the biggest mistakes Nerf has ever made branding-wise, was branded as better than Elite. That's not possible. Well, it is possible, but, hasn't been done and probably never will be. Nerf Ultra was not better than Nerf Elite, which is probably why they scrapped it, because people were mad because it wasn't what it was branded as. And now they've attempted this. Much worse than Ultra. And, yeah, I'm not happy. And I know most of the Nerf community is not happy. So, here are the blasters from the series that I have. We're going to start with something that's actually not bad. The Pinpoint. I would probably never use the Pinpoint. Is that what that's called? I forget if that's what it's called. Does it say anywhere on it? I think it's called the Pinpoint, right? This is called the Pinpoint, right? yeah, pinpoint. It's a bolt-action sniper rifle. You know what I mean. It looks like a sniper rifle, but it's not actually a sniper rifle because those don't exist in Nerf. Nothing shoots the ranges that it's advertised as shooting. But what's cool about this is if you saw what I just did, this you can take the mag out and put it back in whenever you want, which is something that Nerf doesn't always give you the luxury of. It's bolt action, which it's an ambidextrous like bolt, and it's just fun to use. I would never use this in a Nerf war. I would never actually use it, but it's fun. It's a fun blaster to use and mess around with. And I don't know if you saw what just happened there, though. The bolt does get stuck a lot, and you have to push it forward. So make sure when you're firing it, your bolt is up here. Not your bolt. Your bolt should not be there. It should be like that. Not, hold on. Not like this. Like this. Because that does happen quite a bit. And that is not ideal. The other one that's not horrible is the Strike Back, I believe is what this is. They don't put the names on the blasters anymore. Well, they put them on the blasters, but not in like big bold letters, dang it. And this is a pump action one. It's very reminiscent of like a Remington shotgun. It has a 6-round internal mag, which is fun, but it's not as good as like a removable mag like the pinpoint has. And if you notice, yeah, it does that, and it's like the world's biggest priming indicator. Comically short stock, though. I'm not the biggest fan of that. That, like, I'm not... I mean, like, these headphones are causing issues already. I mean, I'm not opposed to this, but, I mean... Actually, this isn't as bad as I remember it being, the stock. It's not great, though. So yeah, that's a Strike Back. Although we have had, like, the same system a million times of pump action, the 6-round internal mag. That's been a thing a million times. And I talked about in the Elite 2.0 video with the Echo, that I don't like that, but this is a little bit better than Elite 2.0. That is still a major issue, though. This is not terrible, but the whole thing with them making the same thing over and over and over again, my camera's tilted. It needs to stop. Next thing I have on the list is a blaring example of exactly what I just talked about, with them remaking the same thing over and over and over again. The agility. It's top prime, and it has a 6-round rotating cylinder. And from, I believe, 2018 in the Elite series. Top prime, 6-round rotating cylinder, the disruptor. I don't see really much of a difference here. And it was the same thing with like I believe what's the Mega one called? Why am I not remembering the name of the Mega one? I'm not remembering it. But then there was the Strong Arm in the Elite series, so 2-in-1 series. The Elite 2.0 had the Commander. There's been a ton of these. And I'm pretty sure there was even the Maverick in the N-Strike line. How can I not remember the Mega one? But there was one in Mega. There's been a ton of these. There's been a crap ton of these. That didn't prime all the way. there's been a ton of these, and it's annoying because they keep, like, this one is slightly excusable, but I really like these. These are really good sidearms to use. Well, it's not a true sidearm since you have to use it with 2 hands. But, like, it's a good sidearm to use. But, just use, why not keep using this one? Or, like, the Maverick, well, actually, the Maverick is, like, a joke now. Like, N-Strike blasters are basically a joke now. I mean, like, N-Strike, like the series with, like, the yellow blasters, not, like, that dart system. That's a lot better than the N-Series dart system. You know what I mean. But, like, the N-Strike series it's been so long ago, it's kind of, like, outdated. But, like, the Elite blasters and stuff, just use the Elite one, or, like, the Mega one. Just do that. Just fill this full of Accu-Strike darts and use this. I don't understand why you can't do that. And they need to stop making these. There's so many. And with Nerf loadout, I'll talk about this in the loadout video, but there are 4 of these. No. They just need to stop. And then the last thing that I own in this series, and this is probably going to be the main topic of the video. And by the way, I haven't done much comparison between the 2 dart types. I will make at some point a comparison video, but I'll just give you my opinion now. This is better than this. This is better than this, but not by much. I believe these shoot a little bit harder, like these blasters, they shoot a little bit harder. And I know, like, this is, like, smaller, but it's not noticeable, like, how much harder these shoot. And they're more accurate than these. These are famously inaccurate, as you all know. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a difference. And I don't believe these have as much range. But yeah, we'll go into that. I'll go into that in a full video. I'll likely be using these 2 blasters because they're so similar. And then we get into the N-Series Gear Up pack. Oh my god. Why? I'll just go into the attachments right now. It's a Nerf scope. Nerf scopes are never good. As far as the stock goes, I hope this looks as small as it is. I have small hands, but holy crap. I'll show you what a good size sock looks like. A good size stock looks like this. And it's pitiful. And I'm sorry, no one is gonna hold the blaster like this. And like, at the end, so the blasters, you got this thing, and this also does the thing where it only comes with, they've been doing this a lot recently, it only comes with one end of the bolt, and you put it on, if you're right-handed like me, you put it on the left, and if you're left-handed, which I am not, so I can't fire it like you guys would, but I'll just gangster shoot to show you. You put it on the right. I'm right-handed, so I need to move this. But that's kind of how they did this. And it's a bolt action version. It's basically this, but it's bolt action. It's got a bigger grip, It's only has 4 shots, and it has a rail on the top instead of the bottom, and a stock attachment point. It's the same thing. And, like, I know I just talked about this, how they're releasing blasters are, like, the same thing every other series. And I know they did this in Elite, too, but at least the Disruptor was an improvement over the Strong Arm, and the fact that you don't have to take the, like, the rotating, like, cylinder out of the blaster in order to reload it. But the same thing was released twice in the one series. And this one is a downgrade over the original. This is a downgrade over this. Like, when they did it with Elite with this was an upgrade over the previous one, and it was years afterwards. This is a downgrade over this, and I'm pretty sure these were both released in the same year. These are both 2024 blasters, I believe. That's absurd. This might have been late 2023. Either way, that's still only a year apart. If even. It's pathetic. Like, within a year. And then, this came in this, but there's also, like, an 8-pack of these. They call it, like, the Flex Party Pack or something. This is the Flex. This is the new Jolt. And, like, here's an old Jolt. Here's a new Jolt. I'm sure you didn't notice much of a difference. That's because there really wasn't that much of a difference. I mean, this is a chicken, but this is a Minecraft one. This is not like your average Jolt. And I guess you can do this. But, I mean, these stocks are only good for, like, these stocks? Scopes are only good for, these Nerf scopes, 9 times out of 10, and this one falls into that category. Nerf scopes are only good for, like, looking cool, and this looks, I don't even know how to describe how this looks. Really bad. I'll get my, you think that looks bad? Here's another one of my scopes. I'm never doing that. And then the third blaster they released in this pack had a dart in it. This blaster and these two only appeared in the Gear Up pack, so they currently go unnamed. But this blaster in the same freaking products. It's the same thing, but they added a crap ton of extra bulk to it. And they've done this like a million times with the N series, and they're bringing it into other series too. Like, where they're doing, like, the same thing, but a little bit different. Like, with the Minecraft series, I'll have to get mine out. I have it hanging from the ceiling in my closet. Well, not exactly the ceiling, kind of, like, halfway up. But I have it hanging in my closet. Is the crossbow they did for Minecraft. Yet, they did one of these for the N series. Well, it's still in the Minecraft series, but it fires N-series darts, and it's the same thing, but with, instead of, like, the 3-round, Smart AR, it's 6 rounds, and it's, like, a rotating cylinder. And I believe it's the same priming method too, but this doesn't stay back. It's spring-loaded, like, say, this. They did this, they did, and they did, like, I believe, like, the Minecraft Heartstealer sword, that was, like, a sword that fired a dart, they did another one. And, like, it's not just, and N-Series is doing this, but they're, like, releasing the same blaster multiple times. There's like so many like single shots coming out. Like there's so many different. There's a bunch of different copies of the Ward, which is a 2-shot freaking Joel. Not to be confused with the character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That wasn't even funny. Gosh darn it. But they're releasing a bunch of different variants of the Ward that have like a breach. And they're releasing a bunch of single shots with loadout, which I will talk about. They released 6 blasters, and 4 of them were the exact same thing as this, except one of them was pump action, and the other 3 were bolt action, like this one. And no. When I think of this series, the End series, the first thing I think is just no. They're getting rid of the dart system we've used for a decade and replacing it with something that's, like, I mean, not entirely inferior, but is if they had just used AccuStrike, they should have kept, there was nothing wrong with AccuStrike. They should have kept, like, AccuStrike darts. They should have made AccuStrike darts. Why is this dart, like, sitting on the ground, and why is it so crushed? But they should have made AccuStrike darts the main dart, and they didn't. And they kept going on with these pieces of garbage, which eventually led us to this. And it's garbage, and it makes me so mad. Because it's a full series of crap that is mediocre at best. And it's just stuff we've already seen before, but worse. And it gets to a point where it's like, why would they do this? Like, and with like End series, because they're already doing Nerf loadout. In the entire line, I'm pretty sure there's one flywheeler. Are Springers the future of Nerf? Like, most people agree that flywheelers are better than Springers. I'd rather be walking around popping off a shot every second with this than every other shot having, like, not even every shot having to go until I run out of ammunition. And now, gotta do this, like, put stuff in. And, like, there are very few flywheelers that aren't, that, at least that I can think of, that aren't mag-fed. Most of them that I can think of are mag-fed. So, 90% of the time, not only is it, like, a better system where I can just go like this, but when I'm reloading it, and it's just like that. And it gets to a point where, at the end of the day, I know this is the newer thing, and society now a lot of the time just believes newer automatically means better. But, I mean, why would I take this over this? And, like, I know I'm using an Elite 2.0 blaster for, like, the metaphor, darn it. Why should I choose this? Oh, gosh darn it. I stepped on something. It made everything in my room just fall to pieces. But why should I choose that over where the frick is it? Is it on the ground somewhere? I don't know where it is. It's in my closet. By this point, you've all just clicked off the video, but I'm looking through my closet for another one. It's right here. Ah, found it. Sorry about that. Why should I choose this over this? Why? Why should I? Why should I choose this when I already have this? Like, and this is fully automatic. Like, why should I choose this instead of just using this? It's better in, like, basically every way. And I don't know why, but it just makes me so depressed talking about these. Because some of them, like this that I'm holding in my hand, are really fun. They're really good things. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have this in the same series, which is a jaw with bulk on it. And that's going to be the end of this video. I know it's going to be a while until I do the next one on Nerf Loadout. But there will be Nerf Blaster reviews coming out between now and when that video comes out. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe. Also, I forgot to mention that. Please subscribe. Have you done it yet? Please do it.